I give you credit. You're doing good, my friend.
Yeah, man.
That's like where I panhandle like at night. You know, that's the duplex. Stonewall Inn like is right there. This is like where the riots happen. Hey, how you doing, my friend? Miss, can you spare a cigarette? I love being ignored. That's like one of the most annoying things. When I was living on the outside of this sort of situation, looking in, and like I try and put myself in that person's shoes, what exactly had to happen in their lives to like make this their reality, you know? I live in a world that nobody gets to see. Very exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Like,
All right, it's 10 a.m. I'm in New York, and today we're gonna meet up with a very special person called Bethany. Bethany's one of many homeless people in New York City, and today she's gonna show us around and see what a day is like. We'll see how it goes.
up because I like can't move. So like last night I'm like just trying to like make anything I could work to like stay warm.
Yeah.
Which was not easy last night.
No, not with all the rain.
The only good thing is I slept. Like I basically like I got 4 bags. I'd wake up, I'd shoot a bag of dope, and I'd go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, because that's one thing, like, with this trank shit that's been in the dope.
And what is that? What was the trank stuff?
It's xylazine.
Yeah.
It's a nasty thing, but, like, it does make sleeping quite easy, you know? Like,
right.
It's a tranquilizer. It's used for, like, animal surgeries and shit. Like, it's used on horses and cows and stuff like that.
And they mix it out with the heroin, right?
Yeah, honestly, criminal in my opinion to do what they're doing, because like if you see like down what's happening in Philadelphia where it's real bad, it's killing people. People are having to have limbs amputated because it causes this flesh-eating bacteria that just like it literally will eat down into your bone.
And why do they choose to cut it with that? Can't they just cut it with something that wouldn't?
It's just a way to make more money.
Yeah, right.
You know, at the end of the day, that's all it's all about is money. Like, they don't care whether they kill me, like, because there's somebody else right behind me waiting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the building that I'm talking about. That's the courthouse. Is what used to be a women's penitentiary.
Right.
Like, I think that garden and a public library are much better use of the space. But you could still kind of feel the energy. If it wasn't Monday, I'd say go in, but they close it on Mondays. Oh, it looks like it might actually even be open today.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh,
sorry. You all right?
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that was a bit of a bump. I didn't notice it to tell you about it either.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't apologize, son. That wasn't your fault. That like was supposed to be an easy bump.
Yeah.
Like I love this place. It's such a like escape. In the summer when this is all in full bloom, like you could smell the roses and everything. Like.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing, like carnations and everything. That's the bench I was telling you about. Like there's usually all sorts of growth here and goldfish, and there's usually a couple of frogs in there. You see the bees flying around.
Very soothing.
Yeah, and like when you sit over there, you can't really hear too much of the traffic, but you can hear the water coming down. 2 little birds in there. That's so beautiful. Like you have the energy of like the West Village, like Greenwich Village, New York City, right here, like the intersection of Christopher Street, the Avenue of the Americas and all that, and then you just come in here and it's like a total disconnect from that.
And do people usually like leave you be in here, or is
yeah, for the most part. Every once in a while you get like some nosy asshole that'll see me and know that I'm a street person and shit, and they'll go and they'll like tell them that I'm doing drugs or something like that. Have a good afternoon, folks. Thank you guys so much for keeping it up. Like, don't get me wrong, I do my thing in there, like, you know, but no one ever can see. They might have an idea, but like, because I don't sit like right on the path, like I sit back there in that little corner, you know, and all I got to do is like put my book in, you know, over everything, you know, something like that, and they can't see. You can make all the assumptions that you want, but assumptions are just that, assumptions, you know.
Where did you grow up?
In Connecticut.
And are your parents like still, or do you know if
my father is dead.
Right.
He died years ago, and my mother, I have no clue.
Right.
I haven't talked to her in almost 5 years.
You reckon there'd be like
no,
not at all.
not at all. When she stole my dog from me, that like put an end to that.
Right.
Like, if you're willing to do that to me, like knowing what my dog means to me, Penelope was my child. She's my service animal. Like, she helped me with a lot. Like, my life would be much easier with her, especially like emotionally and like psychologically, like, because when I really like get into my shit, like, she would help. Like, honestly, like, I'm surprised I haven't killed myself in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I really am. Like, I'm grateful I haven't. Like, you know,
what makes you like not wanting to kill yourself?
in a lot of ways, just like living my life the way I live, like without fear of what other people think, just being just being myself, like, you know, unabashedly. The social supports that I do have, like, that's all because of me, because of my character. People like what they see, they like my energy, they feel good vibes from me, you know, like, so I attract people. Once they talk to me, like, you know, they have feelings, you know, like, ooh, hold on, stop right here. Would you grab those 2 clips? Like, they feel, you know, for me, like, that one right there, yeah. You know, they can see themselves in me, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Like, God forbid, like, shit happened differently in their lives, being potentially in a similar position, I guess, you know, because that's when I was living on the outside of this sort of situation looking in. That's what my empathy, my sympathy would come in, and like I try and put myself in that person's shoes, like, you know, what exactly had to happen in their lives to like make this their reality, you know?
Yeah.
Because that isn't a reality anybody like looks to have in their life. It's not like when I was growing up, I was like, you know what, I want to be a homeless junkie when I grow up, you know? Like, I don't know anybody who ever said that. Like, I have a little bit of a safety net that I built for myself. Like the lady Caroline and her husband William that get my mail.
Yeah.
You know, like, she helps me out with a little bit of money here and there. She feeds me here and there. Like, she invited me to come over for dinner tonight. And like, you know, when I really need it, she'll like go and get me something like a new pair of shoes or a blanket or something like that. There's Little Island right there. There's all these pilings down into
the... a little longer as well.
Okay. That's the arch that we came through on our way in, and like this whole thing is built together and then landscaped to make a little artificial island. It was in the process of being built when I first got here.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't have any idea what it was until finally my curiosity got the best of me, and I walked over here and there was signs describing what they were doing. Like, see the deck on that building?
Of the one, yeah.
That's Hudson Yards.
Right.
Like, you can go up on that deck. And then there's another tour that you can do of it, where you get to walk up one of the diagonals up to the top. It's probably like $100-something bucks to go up on that tour where you climb.
The whole thing. Like,
yeah, where you like climb up to the apex. Like, but that's just like gotta be wild. Like, you would feel like a construction worker that was working on the building. Those things make me so dizzy. So dizzy. Excuse us.
Sorry.
Like, but you see how they have like different little ways like you can climb up to.
Yeah.
Which are much more fun than like this, but I give you credit. You're doing good, my friend.
Yeah, man. I'm
like, you're not even breathing hard yet.
Every now and then.
Like, I don't work out, but like my life is a workout.
But yeah, just wait till we get to the top. I'll be dead.
Please.
Sorry, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like, that's usually where they're going, is over to that driving range there at yeah, that's the apex. Usually you turn right here, like
Right, we got
one more
turn.
I forgot about
you almost
this.
lied to me.
I forgot about this part because I never use it.
All right.
You know?
You usually walk up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll usually like lay down here.
Yeah, so you like sleep over here sometimes?
Not very often, but like once in a while, like when I like come down to Christopher Street, when I come down to the pier like late at night, like don't feel up to like going all the way back over there, like don't feel up to walking back. You know, as long as I have what I need to where when I wake up I'm all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'll do you want to hold it?
Yeah. But
Just
like,
going to like talk about that.
yeah, like that, this is like the hub right here really, like, you know, that's the duplex. Stonewall Inn like is right there. This is like where the riots happened,
Right.
like the Stonewall riots. Like that right there, that little island, like I sit right in front of that stoplight right there. That's like where I panhandle like at night, like 9, 10, 11 o'clock, you know, once the bars start going.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you want to go in?
Yeah, we can go sit in there. Oh, this wind kind of sucks today.
Yeah, it's like it's getting worse as well.
It was nice when the clouds weren't around, but like that's got that place. Excuse me, man. Can you spare a cigarette? It's okay. Oh, there's my friend. He'll help me with a cigarette. He's one of the sweetest old men you'll ever meet. He was here. He was here for the Stonewall riots and everything. Like,
right.
he's one of like the elders that I look up to around here. Like,
Do you mind telling me something about that, like the riots?
Well, besides it being a nightmare,
Yeah.
because it was worse than a nightmare, of course. But
the way they used to treat you back then, like.
well, it's not only the treatment; it's the lifestyle. You grew up in a lifestyle. You grew up expecting hate, and the village was a community where people would come for, you know, to escape all the hate that was around in the other neighborhoods. And I was one of them. And I was in the bar that night of the riot. That's one of my pictures on the fence. He'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
And like I said, it was a night of fight or flight.
Yeah.
And we chose to fight. But there was some flight also.
You get the NYPD goon squads out. That's scary.
You had to run away from the billy club because at that particular time the cops were carrying billy clubs. But
They're
it was
like
a
18
big,
inches long. They got about
was
6
a big
inches up, a
piece of
little thing that
rubber.
comes off like to the side, making it like an L.
Yeah.
So they could. Yeah, they're not
you would have
nice.
been terribly,
Yeah.
You would have been terribly injured.
They break arms
Brain
with them,
damage
like.
and-
Right.
Well, you know what? My life story, I go from beginning to the end, and the Stonewall was only a segment of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have to live now also, yes. There's always room for improvement.
How old were you during Stonewall?
19.
So you were still a
Right.
baby.
No, I wasn't a baby.
You know what I mean, right?
No, I wasn't a baby. I was full grown and on the road.
Yeah.
But now that I'm aging to the tone of 74, my birthday.
Aging quite well though.
Well, you're
would be-
74.
My birthday, well, October the 27th.
It's coming right
shit.
up.
Yeah, I'll be 74.
You look young. You do.
What's that?
You look young.
You've aged well.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you age well, sometimes that can be a curse also.
Why is that?
Because people expect you to,
Be
you
able
know, to
to-
carry your young attitude
Right.
to how you look, and then you can't live up to that status all the time. You can't live up. You can't be young. I mean,
Right.
how long you going to be young?
Yeah.
There comes a day when you're going to be old.
Where you're gonna need help carrying something up the stairs.
Right.
Yeah.
They expect you to be romantic. When you're young.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind the romantic part so much. By the way, are you married?
No. I got a girlfriend though.
Well, I was wondering why you was pushing him, because I was like, oh, maybe you're trying to get hooked up.
Right.
Just
no.
friends.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
dog
what
is
a
similar to that. The last word is, I'm gonna say like Biden said, don't.
Thanks, man.
See you guys later. What's up, my friend?
How you doing?
Other than a pinched nerve, I'm alright. Hey, beautiful. So cute. Yeah, this is inside the Stonewall Inn back then. Like, just people that, like, you know, really have to hide themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's so sad. Like, you know, but these are the guys that were out here in the streets too. Like this is the cops coming in during the riot inside the Stonewall Inn. Like, everybody being like, F you, like, leave us alone. Some of the damage afterwards, the cigarette machine ripped apart, pilfered, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The jukebox pilfered for the money. There's Albert right there. You can still tell it's him.
Yeah.
This is what made the whole Pride movement start. Like,
Was this like when the Pride movement just like
this
was
is the
first-
beginning of it, yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, there was like gay people obviously still, but like everybody was on the DL, like everybody had to hide themselves. But like it amazes me that Albert was here for that, you know? He was one of the ones that fought for my right to exist. He put his body and his blood on the line for me to be Bethany. With how difficult it is for me right now, today, to exist.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it was like 50 plus years ago when, like, it was okay to beat us up. It was okay to hate us. It was actually against the law for a man to be seen in women's clothing, or God forbid, call yourself a woman.
Yeah.
Like, was actually a crime back then. Yeah, but for this place finally in 2016 to be recognized as like a national monument,
Yeah.
like, that's something special. Like, you know, that's our government finally taking and like saying like it exists, it happened, it's real, like people like have a right to exist,
Yeah.
you know? Like,